Howdy, Sammy.
What's up, Parker the Turtle? Happy Fortitude and
Turtle.
15.
Man, I haven't heard that one in a while.
How are you, man? You should be on cloud nine. You had a pretty big weekend. I was able to see you in New York. I was able to fly in just for you.
I'm
Why don't you
feeling
share with the
elevated.
Elevation Nation what you
Feeling
did?
elevated. It's crazy. Feeling good for Elevation Nation. If you didn't know, I got engaged on Saturday to Miss Jessica Jager, my girlfriend or now fiance, which is crazy to say. It's weird. We've known each other for 6 years, and I popped the question, got on the knee in a very, very special place in Central Park around noon on Saturday with family and friends, and it was just a special moment in my life, and it was a really unique experience, really out-of-body experience, cool experience, and everything went perfectly, and everything was everything I wanted it to be. So Sam came in, a bunch of other friends, and got to celebrate. And, you know, taking a step back, it's like I sat on the couch on Sunday night, like reflecting on everything, and it's just crazy how appreciative I am for JJ, appreciative I am for my family, my friends, and to be where I am in this moment. It's weird. It's crazy to think how grown up I feel, and like I feel like my whole life I've like always tried to like picture or envision like when would this moment happen? How would I do it? Who would it be for? And then it hits, and it's like, wow. It's crazy, weird, bizarre, and everything in between. And yeah, it's cool. It was cool.
I'm sure it was pretty overwhelming, that experience, right? There are some milestones in life that you will remember forever, and this is certainly one of them. And it was great to be able to share that with you, and very special, and got to see a lot of our friends and a lot of family. And I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to our number one fan who yelled at me that she did not get enough shout outs from her own brother. So her fake brother is going to give her a shout out. Colby Yablon, thank you for being a loyal listener of Elevation Nation. And it was so lovely seeing you.
Colby's gotten her fair share of shout outs, but I'm sure
It's been a while.
I'm sure she chirped
sad.
your ear off at the party on Saturday about getting more shout outs because Colby loves the attention. Hey, Colby, I know you love the attention.
Colby.
So we're giving you all the attention right now. But it's not about you. It's about me for this episode. So, yeah, dude, it was just a cool experience. You know, the way it went down, you know, at that castle, it was awesome. You know, I always thought about like what I was going to say. And then in the moment, there's no words to be able to describe like how you are going to say or feel in that moment. And it kind of just like literally black out. I know you say, Sam, that you black out during like speeches, like full on blackout, not knowing what's happening, tunnel vision type of like feeling. It was weird. Maybe it's nerves, anxiety, excitement, everything in between. But yeah, man, shout out Jared Birnbaum for capturing the moment. He did an incredible job. Honestly, like just stellar. Taking the pictures and everything, and it's just crazy, man. Like I feel like really grown up now, and I think that's really exciting. But, you know, to this point of why we started Elevation Nation was like, this is a component. Relationships, love, family is a big bucket in our life that we wanted to elevate. When we started Elevation Nation, we wanted to elevate when we joined the real world. And like, now I'm here, 27 years old, engaged, and like really feeling like an adult now. It's weird.
Yeah, with that, I mean, getting engaged and committing to someone and getting married is a huge adult step. Do you feel closer to figuring out the real world, or do you still feel like that same old kid that was lost and got yelled at by a partner because he didn't know how to present? How do you feel like beyond just work, but for Parker?
I think it's just a reminder a really big reminder that the way in which you spend your time is so important. Like the way in which how you focus your time, whether you set on your partner, in this case, my fiance, work, exercise, whatever it is, it just becomes more important and more apparent to me that like I don't want to focus time on things that really don't matter to me. And I really, back in the day when we started this thing, dude, I always found myself lost because I was spending time on things I just didn't care for. And now it's like even more apparent. Maybe it's just a growing thing that a maturity thing. You just grow up and you just focus your energy on things that matter to you so much more. And so obviously, like, I still am the same person I was on Friday before it went down. It's just like, it's crazy. I got a lot of things that are on my mind now, like, that are more important than some other things that I might have prioritized before this all went down. So it's going to take some mental fortitude and some self-awareness for sure to really step back. And maybe I'll have to do an exercise with you, Sam, one of these days or a weekend or something where we really have to evaluate, like who am I? What do I bring to the table? What do I want out of my life? And how am I going to hold myself accountable? Like, mental fortitude, our framework, it doesn't end. And that's a beautiful thing. And right now is a very, very clear reminder that I need to take that step back and really reevaluate everything. Not that anything's wrong and everything's great right now.
Sure.
But when things go good, you still have to evaluate the situation because things have changed.
Certainly. I think self-reflection and evaluation constantly is really important. And I think I'm curious to hear how your priorities have shifted and will change over time, right? Now you are fully 100% living for and with someone else. And you're going to have to make a lot of changes, I can imagine. Maybe not a ton, but your priorities certainly shift and change and adjust and grow with you. And I think anytime you're able to take a step back and reflect on those, right? Like, for example, job security and like having income to support your family that you're starting might be the most important thing over like fulfilling dreams or whatever. It's like things change with us, and it doesn't necessarily mean you've given up or it's a bad thing, but they've adjusted with you. And I think that's important.
I've thought about
out.
this. I'm like, I now am engaged and, eventually going to get married and have a family. And like, I think everyone eventually wants that. So like, I'm also the type of person that's not going to try to fall into that trap. Is like, oh, because I have these things I have to do, I'm not going to be able to do the things that I want to do. And I think I want to be able to find that balance. And it's going to take time and energy and effort. But with no doubt in my mind, my goal is to you, Sam, like to still continue to build my own things. Because that makes me feel whole, and that is how I find fulfillment. And in no way, shape, or form would JJ want the complete opposite of that for me. And so Elevation Nation ain't going anywhere, All my other fun endeavors ain't going anywhere. It might take a little bit more effort, but, I mean, just with more effort comes more mental fortitude. So I'm excited for the challenge because that's what elevating's all about. As you continue to elevate, good things happen. You got more responsibilities, whether it's at work, you get promoted and you want to continue to elevate. Yeah, you got more responsibilities. If it's, you want to run a further distance than you did before. Okay, you got more responsibility. Now you got to train harder. That's life. We all grow up. We all have added responsibility, and we all have to continue to exercise mental fortitude to continue to elevate so that we don't stagnate.
100%. And I think you will find new ways to find creative time to still build things. And luckily for you, we love JJ, and she's been one of the most supportive humans, not just for you, but for me as well, as we're building Elevation Nation, which is why I am so supportive of you both getting married. And she's such a great person for you and for me and for Elevation Nation. And so I have no doubt in my mind that we both will continue to build things together, separately, follow our dreams, and as we grow old together, our dreams and priorities will shift. But I know we can always go back to each other and use mental fortitude to help us figure out what the hell is going on. So I'm very grateful for that, and I'm grateful I got to celebrate with you. And Parker even shed a tear, Elevation Nation. I just want to put it out there.
Oh, what?
Parker gave me a big hug, and he started tearing up.
The alcohol?
I don't care what it was. I mean, he teared up, and he gave me a big hug, and he said how much he appreciated me, which is rare. So I loved it.
Is that rare? Elevation Nation. Someone's going to have to go back and listen to all the times I appreciated Sam. But, yeah, I think just in that moment that we shared on Saturday, like, you know, it was just being surrounded by your loved ones, and someone came up to me, I think my stepbrother Mike, he was like, just take a second and, like, look around this room. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, you know, we had a nice little party gathering of, like, our friends and family who were in the area. And he's like, take a second and look around and just appreciate and take a deep breath that everyone is here for you and JJ, and that you have a unique story with every single person in this room, or unique stories. And those stories have made you who you are today and have led you to this exact moment. So be grateful for them and be grateful for what you have. And I was like, wow, like that was a mindful moment, if you ask me. And that was like super cool to share with Mike. But then, you know, when I came over to you, we shared that moment as well, because it felt like just a special moment. It was a special moment in my life, and to be able to share that with the people that I love and care about and thank and be appreciative for, like, where you've gotten is just like, it's cool, because you don't often have those times to do it. And so it's just the beginning. The fun is just starting for Jessica and I can't wait. It's exciting. It's crazy. And I mean, thank you, Elevation Nation, for always providing support along the way. And, you know, we'll just keep elevating. We'll keep going. That's what it's all
keep
about.
on elevating through all of life's ups and downs. That's what we do. Proud of you, Parker. Love you and JJ. Let's give some elevator shout outs. I got a shout out. As of last night, saw this announcement, sent it right to Parker, was amped up. Elevator number 63, the academic weapon, Bradley Kraut, is taking to the ring in the next Rough and Rowdy presented by Barstool, and he's going to be boxing. So he's been training intently. He might not have the reach, but he's got the heart, and we're proud of him. We can't wait to see how he does.
Do we know who he's fighting?
No, I don't think they've announced it yet. So whoever he's fighting is in trouble, because this kid's an elevator and he's got the heart of a lion. So Godspeed.
Dude, I could totally see Brad, like, one day just, maybe he'll win a few, and then next thing you know, what if we see Brad in, like, the center ring of Las Vegas, Nevada, fighting the best of the best?
Wouldn't put it past him. Proud of you, Bradley.
Would that just be amazing, if you ask me? It would be pretty cool. All right, my elevator shout out is to my main man, Ben Putzer. Elevator, let's see, 81. I just appreciate this guy so much. He is the founder of this company called Visitor. Check him out on TikTok. They have like over 150,000 followers across platforms, and he's literally a year out of college, and he's already doing consulting for big brands like TickPick and other cool companies, like, around how they can grow their social media platforms. And I'm just appreciative of him and amazing advice that he's given me and some other elevators as well. And he just crushed it. He was just in Coachella. Like, Coachella, is that how you say it? Like, going on behalf of a brand and filming content, and like it's just really freaking cool to see Ben chasing his dream and elevating. And there's just so much more elevating to happen, like, for that guy. So shout out Ben.
Shout out Ben. All right, Elevation Nation. Until next week. Peace.
Peace.